Tensions rose sharply in the disputed waters of the South China Sea on October 12, 2025. The Philippines accused Chinese maritime forces of aggressive actions near Thitu Island, an area controlled by Manila but claimed by Beijing. The Philippine Coast Guard reported that 3 government vessels, including the BRP Datu Pagbuaya, were anchored near Thitu Island to protect local fishermen. Their peaceful operation was disrupted when Chinese Coast Guard ships approached and used water cannons to intimidate the Filipino vessels. The situation worsened about an hour later when a Chinese Coast Guard vessel fired its water cannon directly at the BRP Datu Pagbuaya, hitting the vessel and its 2 Philippine flags. Shortly after, the Chinese ship rammed the stern of the Philippine boat, causing minor structural damage. Fortunately, there were no injuries among the Filipino crew. Manila condemned what it called dangerous and provocative maneuvers by China. It described the incident as a clear threat to peace and stability in the resource-rich and strategically vital South China Sea. The Philippine Maritime Council, an interagency body, pledged to take appropriate diplomatic action in response to the clash. In contrast, Beijing denied any aggressive behavior, claiming that the Philippine vessels had illegally entered waters near Sandy Cay, a coral reef between Thitu Island and China's artificial island base, Subi. China's Coast Guard stated that the Philippine ships approached a Chinese vessel despite repeated warnings, leading to an unavoidable collision. China insisted that its Coast Guard acted lawfully to control the situation and maintain order in its claimed waters. The South China Sea is one of the busiest maritime routes in the world, with over $3 trillion in trade each year. China claims nearly the entire sea, including many islands and reefs, while countries like the Philippines, Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, and Indonesia also have overlapping claims. Despite a 2016 ruling from the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague that invalidated many of China's claims and was welcomed by the Philippines, Beijing continues to assert its claims through military and maritime presence, raising tensions with regional rivals. Following the recent incident, the United States condemned China's actions. The U.S. Department of State issued a statement on October 13th criticizing China's use of water cannons and ramming of the Philippine vessel near Thitu Island. It labeled these actions as aggressive provocations that threaten regional stability. The U.S. reaffirmed its support for the Philippines, a treaty ally in Asia, and praised the Filipino personnel for their courage and professionalism during the confrontation. The U.S. reiterated its commitment to standing with the Philippines as it faces these aggressive actions, emphasizing the need to uphold international law and freedom of navigation in the South China Sea. Philippine Coast Guard Commandant Admiral Ronnie Jill Gavon stated that Filipino fishermen depend on these waters for their livelihoods. He insisted that neither water cannons nor ramming tactics would deter the Philippines' commitment to sovereignty. Manila has promised to continue its operations to protect its territorial waters and resource rights, despite increased pressure from Beijing.